You guys, this one was painful to watch, absolutely brutal. Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos just went off on Meghan Markle's new, as ever, Sauvignon Blanc during their live morning show, and it wasn't the polite kind of criticism either. They literally tore it apart right there on camera, and the internet hasn't stopped talking since. What was supposed to be a light-hearted wine-tasting segment quickly turned into an unfiltered takedown of Meghan's latest, luxury venture, and let's just say no one saw this level of honesty coming. Kelly started by introducing the wine as the Duchess's elegant new brand, but her tone instantly changed after that first sip. The look on her face said it all, pure disappointment wrapped in disbelief. Mark tried to hold back laughter, but within seconds, he couldn't. Kelly didn't sugarcoat it either. She said, and I quote, "I don't get the hype, this tastes like something you'd find in a discount aisle with a fancy label." That line alone blew up on X and TikTok. People clipped it, remixed it, and within hours, Discount Duchess was trending. Mark followed it up with, "It's giving rebrand, not refinement," which made the audience gasp and laugh at the same time. You could tell he didn't mean to sound that harsh, but it slipped out naturally, and honestly, that's what made it feel so real. There was no script, no PR politeness, just raw reaction. And here's the kicker, producers tried to pivot the segment, but the moment had already gone viral. The cameras caught every second of that awkward silence, Kelly's smirk, and Mark's quick oops. What makes this so interesting is that Meghan's, as ever, brand has been marketed as the next big thing in lifestyle luxury, her attempt to out Gwyneth Paltrow, if you know what I mean. She's positioned herself as a tastemaker, yet critics say it feels forced and overproduced. And Kelly and Mark's reaction just validated what a lot of people already suspected, that this was another high-end vanity project, more about branding than substance. It's not even about the wine anymore, it's about Meghan trying to convince the world she's relatable while selling exclusivity. Kelly's tone perfectly captured what many have felt but didn't say out loud: there's something off about it all. After the show, clips started circulating across social media, and the comment sections were merciless. One user wrote, "Finally someone said what we're all thinking," while another posted, "Kelly's face before she even swallowed said everything." Even some die-hard Meghan fans admitted the reaction was uncomfortable but honest. The mainstream media tried to soften the coverage by calling it a playful review, but let's be real, there was nothing playful about that tone. You could feel the frustration, the eye-roll energy. It wasn't a roast for fun, it was more like an unscripted reckoning with Meghan's overhyped brand narrative. And here's what made it worse: Meghan's PR team reportedly reached out to the show afterward, asking producers to clarify the context of the tasting. But that only made things blow up further. The public interpreted it as damage control, as if Meghan couldn't handle a bit of criticism. Which honestly, fits the pattern we've seen before. Whenever something doesn't go her way, it turns into a media management moment. Instead of letting it slide, her team's involvement made it headline news all over again. And guess what? Kelly and Mark haven't apologized or retracted a single word. That silence speaks volumes. Viewers also pointed out that Kelly's reaction wasn't mean-spirited, it was genuine. She has a long track record of being honest, even when it ruffles feathers. That's why the moment hit so hard. It wasn't about hate, it was about truth cutting through polished PR narratives. And people are tired of curated perfection. Meghan has been selling the same authentic lifestyle message for years, but this moment showed how fragile that image really is when real-world reactions don't align with the brand story. A sip of wine turned into a symbol of disconnect between Meghan's narrative and public perception. By the next day, entertainment outlets like Page 6, The Daily Mail, and ET were all reporting the same headline: Kelly and Mark's wine-tasting disaster for Meghan Markle. Even some Hollywood insiders chimed in, saying it's rare to see daytime hosts go that unscripted, especially when dealing with someone as media-sensitive as Meghan. The fact that they didn't hold back tells you everything. You can feel the fatigue around the endless rebranding. Every few months, there's a new product, a new persona, a new PR push, and people are just over it. The wine wasn't the problem, it was the symbolism behind it. And here's the part no one's talking about. Meghan probably thought this launch would mark her big comeback, a way to re-enter the cultural conversation on her own terms. But the Kelly and Mark segment flipped the script entirely. Instead of sophistication, it became another meme moment. Another instance where her efforts to control the narrative backfired spectacularly. The more she tries to prove she's effortlessly refined, the more forced it comes across. The camera doesn't lie, and neither do taste buds. Kelly and Mark's reaction wasn't a PR crisis, it was a mirror, reflecting the very problem Meghan keeps trying to hide. At this point, you can almost feel the tension building for what comes next. Will Meghan address it? Will she double down, rebrand again, or quietly move on? Either way, the damage is done. This one live TV moment did more to shape public perception than any carefully crafted interview or podcast ever could. And honestly, it might just be the beginning of another messy PR chapter for the Duchess, who can't seem to escape the spotlight even when it's her own product doing the talking.